Ooh, I knew I was supposed to be living like this, man. I always knew.
Welcome, Mr. Druski.
It's a cold town, Mr. Druski. Mr. Druski Combs now. I wouldn't,
All right, so today, the internet's funniest big guy, Druski, is making headlines after being named in an 87-page court document. The filing comes from a woman who has accused not only Druski, but also P. Diddy, Odell Beckham Jr., and several others of serious misconduct. Over the years, I've read a lot of legal paperwork on my channel, but I have to be honest. This lawsuit is one of the most shocking I've ever come across. The parts that mention Druski, in particular, are so outrageous that when I first read them, I wasn't even sure if I was looking at legitimate court documents. I kept thinking, there is no way this was officially filed in court. But after digging deeper, I can confirm that this lawsuit is real. This is an actual legal document that was officially submitted. I want to make it clear that I never make fun of anyone's situation, especially when discussing serious topics like this. That being said, there are parts of this lawsuit that are so outrageous that they almost seem unbelievable. I feel bad even saying that because I never want to laugh at anyone's pain, especially if what's written in this document is true, but the way it's worded makes it hard not to raise an eyebrow. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire 87-page document in this video. If you're interested in reading it for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. Instead, I want to focus on the parts that specifically mention Druski. He first appears in the lawsuit on page 17, where the document describes an alleged incident involving Diddy. According to point 76, after Diddy was done with a certain act, he allegedly instructed another defendant, referred to as John Doe, to step in. The lawsuit later identifies this John Doe as Druski. Then, in point 77, things take an even wilder turn. The lawsuit states that instead of immediately assisting the plaintiff, Druski allegedly poured more oil or lubricant on her, then proceeded to jump on top of her naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide. The document claims this action knocked the wind out of the plaintiff due to Druski's enormous size. This specific part of the lawsuit is what has gone viral, and it's easy to see why. The wording is absolutely outrageous. When I first read it, I couldn't believe that an actual lawyer would phrase something like this in an official court document. I want to be clear, I am not making light of the situation itself, but you have to admit that the way this is written is bizarre. The description of Druski using this woman as a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of her is such a wild sentence to find in a legal document. If this incident really did happen, you would think that a more serious and professional tone would have been used to describe it. Instead, the way it's written almost takes away from the credibility of the filing simply because of how over-the-top and unusual the wording is. There were easily a million other ways this could have been phrased. The lawsuit continues, stating that Druski allegedly lost control while sliding over the plaintiff's oiled body and fell off the bed. It then claims that after this, he committed an act of assault against the plaintiff. Point 79 goes on to say that while this was happening, Diddy sat in a chair near the bed, watching and recording the incident. The document further alleges that another person's phone fell off the bed near the plaintiff, and when she attempted to grab it, the oil on her body caused it to slip from her hands. The lawsuit claims that Diddy laughed at her struggle to retrieve the phone. That's as much as I'm going to read from the document here, but if you want to go through the full filing yourself, the link is in the description. This entire situation is wild, and the way it's written only adds to the surreal nature of it. This document is absolutely wild, and there's no way I could read all of it on YouTube. Now, Druski wasted no time responding to the allegations. He quickly took to Twitter and posted a statement denying everything. His response read, "This allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living with my mom, without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives." So, Druski immediately denied the allegations, making it clear that he had no ties to the industry at the time this was alleged to have happened. Druski's response definitely sounds like something that was carefully written, probably by his attorney, which is likely why he posted it as a screenshot instead of typing it out himself. In his statement, he claimed that at the time of the alleged incident in 2018, he was a nobody living at home with his mom. Now, I'm not entirely sure how famous Druski was in 2018, but I did find multiple articles stating that he started building his presence on Instagram in 2017. I don't know if he blew up immediately or if it took him a few years to gain traction, but based on his statement, he's saying that he wasn't well known or connected to the industry at the time. However, this brings up an interesting point. Last year, during an interview on $1 Million Worth of Game, Gillian Wallow's podcast, Druski was asked if he had ever been to a Diddy party before. And here's what he had to say.
You ever been to one of Diddy parties?
Yeah, I've been in attendance. Hey, what the fuck you smirking for?
ain't saying that.
I've been in attendance.
We just asking regular
That's all
questions.
I said. That's all I said. I said I've been in attendance. I have been in attendance.
We never been. We just asking.
We just asking.
Yeah. As soon as you asked, he said,
You had fun?
I ain't seen that.
"Yeah, you did."
I ain't seen that.
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I mean, it was a party. I wasn't at one of them parties.
We ain't say that about no party. What party you talking about?
Y'all smiling.
What parties you talking about?
I have been in attendance at a puff party. You know what I'm saying? I've been in attendance. Yeah, I went. Yeah,
Okay.
but I ain't. Yeah, nah. I don't know which party. The party I went to, it was girls turn up. You know what I'm saying? The regular. You know what I mean? Other celebrities and shit. Yeah,
That's when you know lying when they say, I ain't been to one of them parties. Wait, what party?
Oh, that's crazy. Did you know, see,
been to one of
so
I thought it was only one type of.
I'm not saying anything, he said it himself. Druski admitted in that interview that he had been to one of Diddy's parties before. Looking back at that interview now, with this new lawsuit coming out, some people might say his reaction seems a little off. But at the end of the day, the only people who truly know what happened are Druski, Diddy, and the woman who filed this lawsuit. Nobody else can say for sure whether these allegations are true or not. All right, that's all I've got for you on this situation. This lawsuit is definitely one of the wildest I've ever seen, not just because of the allegations themselves, but because of the way it's written. While Druski has come out and denied everything, saying he wasn't even in the industry at the time, people are now looking back at his past comments, like his admission of attending a Diddy party, and questioning things. At this point, we don't know what's true and what's not. These are serious accusations, and if they are false, it's a terrible thing to be dragged into. But if they are true, then justice needs to be served. Either way, this situation is developing, and I'm sure more details will come out as things move forward. Let me know what you think in the comments.